Chapter 209 is finally here, and this chapter is not very long, but some amazing things happened in this chapter. Saitama is finally joining the fight and many more things happened. The first page features Saitama, and it looks pretty good. Chapter 209 title is Catch, and you'll understand why it is Catch after finishing this chapter. So, without any delay, let's start this chapter. Chapter 209 begins with the fight between Blast and Void, and we can clearly see which side has the upper hand. Void pierced his sword in Blast's chest after cutting his right arm, and he is telling Blast that he is the one who needs to wake up, not him. And the panel looks pretty insane. Void then told him that he heard about Blast climbing to the top of the so-called pro-hero industry, and it was nothing shocking for him. Void is trying to shake Blast's mind. He told him that he has always been this irresponsibly preaching ideals and bringing disaster to those around him. So who has he managed to protect? At this point, Blast's condition is not so good. And Void suddenly asked him about his kid, and Blast was shocked after hearing it. There must be some logic and meaning behind everything Void is saying. And maybe Blast messed up really badly in the past or neglected his own family or something, which resulted in the current situation. I'm just guessing, nothing more than that. While their conversation was going, Flash suddenly attacked Void to protect Blast, and Void removed his sword from Blast and easily dodged Flash's attack. But Blast shouted at Flash and told him to stop, because he is interfering with their conversation. Flash notes that he should have targeted Void's weakness from this start, and told Voids that this is something he learned from his village. When Void heard the word village from Flash's mouth, he quickly slashed him with a fierce expression. But before he received any critical damage, Sonic jumped and attacked him. But Void is Void, he just flew up. And these three's expressions are like, they're really cooked. Void is completely serious about killing them without wasting his time. So he prepared his next attack, a dimensional slash from the sky, and launched it. Now they're doomed, or so we thought. Void's attack hit the ground and they're so worried. And the next moment their worriedness turned into confusion and shock. Because Void's attack is not moving, it clearly hits the ground. But the slash is not moving at all, it stopped. And they're like, what the heck is going on? Even Void himself is shocked and confused at the same time. And the reason his dimensional slash is not moving any further is because someone is holding it, or it's best to say he just catched it like it was nothing, no big deal. And the person is none other than Saitama. Yes. He is finally here. He is treating the dimensional slash like it was a plaything or something. He didn't understand what it is. He just caught it. But Monaco's expression is like, he saw death or something, which is totally expected. Void's dimensional slash is like a toy or something for Saitama. Void is completely shocked and confused, because there is nothing that could stop the tip of the dimension blade, which can cut through space itself. Void is clearly irritated by this. So he launches another attack towards Saitama. But Saitama's expression is like some toy ball or something is coming towards him, and he catches it like catching a ping pong ball. Void can't believe what he is just seeing, and his expression is completely expected. Saitama thought, maybe this is the guy who tried to chop up the Hero Association headquarters, and then he dragged him and pulled him to the ground. But Saitama's just pulling is a big deal for others. Void crashed on the ground at hyperspeed, and dug himself inside the ground because of it. Blast and these two, they're like witnessing miracles or something. Void's dimensional blade is like a toy sword for Saitama, and Saitama is confused holding two swords in his hand. Void's rise from the ground, from that hole, shouting with anger and frustration. He is missing his dimensional blades, and before he could think of anything, Sonic and Flash jumped to attack him. And before Void did anything or go anywhere, Blast launched his attack. They're ganging up on poor Void. Blast started transferring blood flow and neural signals between the severed parts of his arm, preparing for his last resort. But something unexpected happened, and Blast is trying to align with Void's coordinates, which is like committing suicide. A big energy shock occurred, and both of them are suffering from it. Void quickly figured out that Blast is trying to align with his coordinates. And according to Void, if they fuse like this, their biological structures will be torn apart. is Blast's last card to stop Void, and he remembered his conversation with Sitch, and we saw a flashback where Blast is telling him about this. Just in case everything fails, he will fuse with Void. He told Sitch that if by some chance the only way to capture him is by fusing with him. So if it really happens, use monster cell separation technology on them. And it's okay if they prioritize Void's life. Flashback over, we're back to present. The fusion process failed because of the power of light, and it repealed Blast from Void. Flash and Sonic both are completely shocked after witnessing all of it. Blast and Void quickly landed on the ground, and in that instant, Blast glimpsed Void's memories as their consciousness overlapped. And what he saw completely shocked him. He saw whose hand Void took in the illusion, shown to him by the cube. And the person is someone whom Blast knows very well. And that person is Blast's wife. Then we saw Blast's family photo. Blast, his wife, and their child. Blast is completely shocked, but at the same time it looks like he realized something. And Void is completely annoyed by this. He definitely does not want anyone to see this, and he is completely frustrated. And that's it for this chapter. There's few things to discuss about this chapter, like Void's relations with Blast's wife, and it seems like Void definitely messed up in the past, which causes his own kid to hate him too. The best thing about this is Saitama is finally back, and his entry is completely. What you think about Void's relationship with Blast's wife, and your thoughts on this chapter, comment down below. Don't forget to turn on the notification button to receive notification when the next chapter comes. And thanks for staying till the end.